Hello! I'm actually sitting outside today, Sunday, April 11th. I mulched the gardens the last couple of days, including today, so this video is going to be me walking around showing you plants that are coming up, some are blooming, and just how nice and relaxing it looks with mulch instead of leaves. I'm in zone 6B in New England in Connecticut, and I'm an amateur gardener. My name is Amber, and I'm an amateur gardener, So anything that I do, or anything that you're like, oh, you probably shouldn't do that, I will totally listen. I love getting advice on gardens because I don't know what I'm doing. But this is, you guys get to watch my journey of me figuring out what I'm doing. So I really appreciate any advice in the comments. Also, compliments are always welcome. Here's a look at all of the gardens that I mulched in the last couple of days. Alright, so looking in the back, starting in the back garden area is where I mulched. It looks not perfect, but gardens aren't meant to be perfect. At least mine are anyway. We have the climbing rose putting on new growth. The climbing hydrangea not putting on growth. There are a lot of daylilies in here, along with a sedum that I got from a friend, and dicentra from my friend's Yaya / my friend as well. A lot of daylilies and some heuchera or coral bells. Turning to the other side, to the left, we have some lungwort that is currently blooming. We have crocus, and over here some lemon balm, some sedum, and on this side, lining up with the lungwort, there is some more bleeding heart from my friend, a Japanese pieris, and this tiny little evergreen tree. Over here, there's some more daylilies, and you might see some pachysandra as well throughout. Lots of daylilies. Not much going on over here other than daylilies and some periwinkle vine. This is our dogwood. It needs more sun, but there is some new growth going on. I couldn't get my camera to focus very well on the new growth. Over here near the rhododendron, there is something I planted, and I will put the name on the screen. The rhododendron has some flowers that will happen soon, some buds. Ta-da! There is some frost damage and some bug damage, but overall this rhododendron is doing pretty awesome. This is a hydrangea that blooms or grows on old wood, so you can see there's some leafy business starting to happen. And behind it we have the more periwinkle vine in the woods, and the 2 beach grass I cut back, and some, I'm going really fast, some daylilies I think. In this bucket is some columbine on the ground, and inside the bucket itself. It's self-seeded, which is totally fine. Another Japanese pieris with some daylilies around it. Some pachysandra because you can't always get all the pachysandra out. Over near the gnome is a sedum. And this is a columbine or a dicentra, wasn't entirely sure. Some more daylilies. Lots of daylilies. Daylilies for days. More dicentra. A bleeding heart, another bleeding heart. In this little circle area, there are some more daylilies. 2 burning bushes, the rose of Sharon, and pachysandra, and that is an aster. And on this side, there is a little hosta trying to come out. We have some projects to do over here. More daylilies, and going through here, and in Dicentra. And going through here, there is this 4 Seasons hydrangea that my friend's mom got for me. I don't know if it's gonna survive, and that should be the caption of all of my gardens. This is a lilac again. Didn't know it would survive. Look how pretty. It might actually bloom this year, which I'm very excited about. A lot more daylilies. This is a lupine that I planted late in the fall. Again, didn't know it was going to come back. And there's also, this is another angle of the heuchera and daylilies. There is a lot of winter sowing going on, jugs in front of the shed, and on my patio. In these planters, we have yellow sorbet violas and blue blotch violas, and a ground cover, the name of which I will put on the screen. And this one has the primrose in the middle with those same blue blotch violas. They look very sweet. This is one of my fall containers. Let me tell you about this viola. This viola is crazy. It started coming back in the winter on like warmer days, and it came back so amazing, and that stone crop looks great, and the Goldilocks vine. This planter looks amazing too, with the red pansy in the middle with that black blotch viola. I really like that combination. So pretty. And this is another fall planter. I don't recommend using a pot because there is no drainage, so it ruined the pot. Right there. The pot was broken anyway, but there was a crack, so I thought maybe it would work. But the Goldilocks came back really nicely. That pansy is actually coming back a little bit, and the stone crop blue spruce is good. This hellebore I bought at the grocery store, and I still need to plant it. I also propagated spirea from our neighbor's bush, like that we share with our neighbors, and it actually has growth on it. It's crazy. I did this container and that little one as well. And there's one in my basement that's doing pretty well. Little viola on the table, little table centerpiece. This is a cutting from Big Bertha, the rose at my parents' house. It actually has new growth on it. So this is what I'm going to be calling Baby Bertha. This is sage that I grew from seed and overwintered in the pot. It's looking pretty good. And this pot has oregano and parsley in it. Don't know how well the parsley will do, but the oregano should be good. In the raised bed, we got lavender and some oregano. Over by the shed, the azalea is going to start blooming some point soon. And this little rose that my aunts gave me when my mom died is coming back. This is forsythia. We share this border with our neighbors, and it's April 11th, so it's blooming profusely, and just, it's so pretty and peaceful looking. Just love the pop of yellow over here when there's usually not that much going on. Here we have some of the brownie double late tulips. My climbing rose that I need to tie up a little bit better. More daylilies. Tulips. And these daffodils. Some hyacinths and daylilies. Phlox. Montauk daisy. Putting on some growth. These were crocus. And some daffodils and tulips. More daylilies, and behind the daylilies, this is red husker penstemon, or beer tongue. It's one of my favorite plants. We have some catmint, which is super pretty. Forsythia that I transplanted from the rhododendron garden. This is clematis, and some iris is starting to pop up out of the mulch, which is awesome. It's good for the clematis to be covered near the roots. And some more daylilies. In this bucket near the front porch, there are some tulips and some sedum, and a maple sapling. There was a Sharon sapling right next to it. Another black viola with the pansy in the middle planter. More of the violas. Planter with tulips and the sedum. This is another sedum, Autumn Joy ×3. And in the back, some phlox, as well as some iris coming up. Some hyacinths, another bleeding heart, different one though. Rose of Sharon sapling, and I don't know what this grass is, but I'm excited to remember. More daylilies. And behind the daylilies over here, there is a sorbet peony. Steinberg, I don't know if it's going to come back. And another peony over there. And next to the peony is, I believe, an aster. And there's also something I noticed in a video previously when I was trying to film this. I think this is a peony, but I planted the peonies to the left of the climbing rose. But there's a peony popping up here, so I'm a little confused. This front area is going to be completely different in the next week or so watch out for that. And the mailbox garden, we have this really awesome looking garden sage with yarrow next to it, and lots of daylilies. More daffodils and tulips. This dragon blood sedum. And a hydrangea, which I hope comes back. This is the rhododendron garden. Lots of daylilies and a burning bush. And this is a Japanese pieris that actually has blooms on it for some reason. Don't know why this one does and my two larger ones don't, but there you go. More daylilies. And I bought a forsythia to put somewhere along this cedar border to kind of fill in, and I think it'll look really nice. I don't know where it's going to go though. So many options. I don't know if any of the rhododendrons are alive. Here's lamium and a blackout heuchera. More daylilies. But yeah, the rhododendrons aren't looking super great. This one actually is showing some growth on it because I didn't cut it back, but the other three I did. So I don't know if those other three are okay. And again, super sorry for this video's coming out soon and then it doesn't. Life gets in the way, projects get in the way, and you know, I got to see some family and do some stuff with them and just take some time to relax a little bit. Super big thank you to my husband Joe for helping me get the mulch through the back garden area and make it faster because I probably still would be doing mulch right now. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you do, you should give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to know when I post videos, because it isn't on a schedule like I thought I would be doing, you should hit a notification bell button, so then you get like a little notification, whether it's like an email or whatever you have your notification set up as. And if you really, really like this video, you should share with your cat, share with your dog, share with your friends, and when you do share with your friends on social media, please remember to tag me in them. The links are down below. I have an Instagram and a Twitter. The Twitter is really only used for posting when videos post. Like, it's just automatically set up to do that. I use the Instagram a lot. I post pictures there of Nissa, my cat, as well as any new blooms that happen, or anything really short that I can quickly send, and I'll post a little updates of when things are blooming that in the videos they're not actually blooming in. And I do some like houseplant stuff on there too. Like I said, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you do, comment down below about what flower or plant type object you saw today that you really like, and if you want an update when they're blooming, like I said, follow my Instagram. I will see you guys in the next video.